curious, observant overnight, only to wake up exhausted, staring at the floor. Meanwhile, others sleep exactly 6 hours and jump out of bed completely energized and mentally sharp. This gap exists because we often measure rest using a flawed metric, sleep quantity. While we track the hours spent unconscious, the brain prioritizes biological sleep quality and the efficiency of its internal repair cycles. Our modern environments are engineered in ways that actively block this recovery. Chronic daily stress keeps the nervous system on edge, erratic bedtimes confuse internal clocks, and artificial lighting halts the natural chemicals required for a deep transition into rest. When this recovery fails, the biological toll is immediate. Without proper sleep architecture, the brain struggles to consolidate new memories. Emotional regulation drops, making you reactive to minor frustrations, and cellular repair slows, impacting long-term physical health. Success ultimately depends on whether the brain actually performs its required maintenance during the time you've allotted for rest. The human body operates on an ancient internal system called the circadian rhythm. This automated biological clock uses environmental cues, specifically light and temperature, to schedule exactly when your organs work, when you feel alert, and when you sleep. This 24-hour dial shows how your internal clock manages two opposing hormones. In the morning, you get a rising red line of cortisol, the hormone that naturally drives wakefulness and alertness. In the evening, as the sun sets, a rising blue line represents melatonin taking over, signaling to your nervous system that it is time to shut down. Watch what happens to that blue melatonin line when you introduce a midnight scrolling habit. The harsh white light from a smartphone tricks your optic nerves into perceiving daylight. Your brain instantly suppresses the melatonin, delaying the start of your entire recovery cycle. This leads to a phenomenon known as social jet lag. Forcing yourself to wake up at 6 a.m. for work all week and then sleeping until noon on Saturday inflicts the same biological confusion as flying across 6 time zones. Your internal clock loses its anchor. Achieving strict biological consistency, going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day, repairs your brain far more effectively than binging on occasional 9-hour sessions. To understand why consistency matters, take a look at this descending staircase graphic. Sleep is a repeating 90-minute cycle. Over the course of the night, your brain loops down through light sleep, into deep sleep, back up into REM, and then starts the process over. When the brain reaches the lowest step, deep sleep, it enters a state of physical repair. Your breathing slows, your blood pressure drops, and the body releases a surge of growth hormone to rebuild muscle tissue and strengthen the immune system. REM sleep acts as the brain's cognitive hard drive. During this phase, your brain organizes the memories of the day, processes complex emotional experiences, and boosts your capacity for creative problem solving. This cycle explains the 8-hour illusion. If your alarm clock wakes you up abruptly while your brain is at the bottom of a deep sleep phase, you experience severe sleep inertia. Despite logging 8 hours, waking up mid-cycle leaves you feeling physically heavy, groggy, and exhausted. This is the basis of the 90-minute rule, you with immediately accessible energy. Cycle efficiency also depends on preventing fragmented sleep. This occurs when minor environmental disruptions, a bright street lamp, a warm room, or a subtle noise, cause your brain to wake up for just seconds. While you won't remember these micro-awakenings, they force your 90-minute cycle to restart, often before it reaches deep sleep. Chemical disruptions cause similar issues. Consuming coffee late in the afternoon introduces caffeine that blocks your adenosine receptors, the specific neural pathways that track your need for sleep. A strict caffeine curfew after 2 p.m. ensures your brain chemistry is clear by the time you reach your bedroom. You can also engineer the physical environment for better results. An optimized sleep space requires darkness, silence, and an ambient temperature of 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Your core body temperature must drop to initiate sleep, and a cool room accelerates that transition. A poorly engineered bedroom often results in a night of shallow recovery. You might spend a full 8 hours in bed, but without reaching the restorative deep or REM stages, that time remains unrecovered. To protect those critical sleep stages, you can implement the 3-2-1 sleep shutdown protocol. Stop eating heavy meals 3 hours before bed to focus your body away from digestion. 2 hours before bed, end all stressful work. Finally, turn off all screens 1 hour before sleep to let your natural melatonin rise. During that final screen-free hour, perform a nightly brain dump. Writing out unfinished thoughts, tomorrow's tasks, and lingering anxieties on a piece of paper moves that cognitive clutter out of your working memory. This simple act reduces sleep onset time significantly. Optimizing tomorrow night's sleep actually begins within the first 10 minutes of waking up today. You anchor your internal clock with a morning recovery protocol. Upon waking, seek out natural sunlight. This triggers a serotonin release and signals the brain to halt melatonin production. Follow this with cold water exposure to your face and quick physical movement to spike your morning cortisol. Sleep efficiency is a continuous 24-hour behavioral loop. The actions you take at 7 a.m. dictate your biological efficiency at 11 p.m. When you align with these biological realities, the results compound. Contrast 1 year of fragmented, poorly timed sleep against 1 year of highly optimized biological recovery. The optimized brain sustains deep focus longer. It regulates mood effortlessly, absorbing stress that would otherwise derail the day. It turns daily experiences into hardwired skills with much greater speed. High-performance rest focuses on the depth of recovery and the efficient rebuilding of the brain's physical architecture. Every capability you rely on tomorrow depends on the quality of your recovery tonight. Which sleep habit is hurting your recovery the most? Let me know in the comments below. For more visual insights into psychology and self-improvement, subscribe to KineticHumor. Rest well, and I'll see you in the next one.